Every long-lasting relationship has a love song, a story of how the couple met, how they grew to love each other, how they endured tough times, how they enjoyed great times, and how they built a life together. But not every love song lasts. My friends, Paul and Priscilla, have been married for almost 47 years. And it makes me wonder, what is the thing that has made their love song last? So how did you two first meet?
We first met while we were living in Fayetteville, North Carolina. I was assigned to the 82nd Airborne Division, and it was a sunny Sunday afternoon, and I was out front washing my car. Priscilla lived 8 doors down, and she was out for a walk with her sister, and we struck up a conversation, and that was on May the 14th, 1972.
Priscilla, do you remember the first thing he said to you?
Hello.
I think I initiated it. I said, I did say hello, and so we got into a brief conversation. I think they both wanted to keep going, but so I kept the conversation going, and then they continued on walking. And after that, I initiated calls, to maybe have a date. That didn't work well. Priscilla indicated that she would go out with me, but didn't. And so, I'd knock on the door, there'd be no answer. And so that kind of went on for a while. And eventually, she agreed to, spend some time with me.
How long have you been married now?
It will be 47 years on April 29.
If you had to give the younger generation advice about how to keep their relationship strong, what would it be?
To give advice to the younger generation, you have to have a lot of faith in each other, faith in God, family that prays together, stays together, a lot of respect, patience, kindness, and be the other one's best friend.
And I think for me, it's all of that, and certainly accepting the responsibility that you have a family, and that that you need to do everything you can to keep it all in balance. When you have children, spend time with your children, be there for them. Be a good father, always be a good husband, and you provide the example that the family needs to grow together.
What do you think the key factor is in making your marriage last as long as it has?
I think the key factor in making the marriage last, and we've been married now almost 47 years, is that continuous love and respect and friendship that you must show to your spouse. And you don't always get along. There are difficult times, as we said earlier, and you try to work through those bad times or difficult times as best you can. I mean, there are times when you think, well, I don't know if this is going the way it should, but you take time, you take a breath, and you communicate. I think communication, or lack thereof, is one of the worst impediments to a good marriage. If you don't have good communication, if you aren't willing to sit down and talk with one another and work through the problem and admit that, and say you're sorry. Always saying you're sorry, because you've messed up. Or sometimes, as Priscilla jokes, you start every day by saying I'm sorry, and that covers everything you're going to mess up for the rest of the day. And so you got that covered. But I think you have to talk, and you have to be willing to say, look, I made a mistake, and I'm sorry that I did that. And the spouse would say, well, don't let it happen again, and you would go move on.